Hey everybody, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. I know in the holiday season, a lot of people get to spend time with their family. Some people have great holiday season. Some people, it's one of the roughest seasons of the year. But regardless of that, I hope you had a great time. And with that being said, today being New Year's Eve, a lot of people reflect on the year 2025. A lot of people reflect on what they accomplished, what they didn't accomplish, what they set out to do, what they didn't set out to do. And you hear the term New Year's resolution. You hear a lot of people say, New Year, new me. You know, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to accomplish this. And in today's video, I kind of wanted to dive into that a little bit. I did some quick Google searches, and you could do this yourself. So to see I'm not just pulling these numbers out of my head, I got some stuff written down here. I'm going to give some commentary because I genuinely want to see you succeed in 2026. Now, I don't believe that if you wait till January 1st, it's wise, it's smart. But I also saw the error in my thinking, especially when it came to the gym. I used to have such a negative outlook on, oh man, it's going to be packed, you know, January 1st to January 14th with all these New Year's resolutioners. And that's exactly what those people don't need. They need encouragement. So if it's a packed gym, if it's a packed library, I was in error. I was wrong for getting upset about that because you should want other people to succeed. And I fully accept that I'm in error and I'm wrong about that. And I hope I see these gyms packed these next few days. So with that being said, I got some stuff written down that I took from Google. And the first one is most New Year's resolutions have to do with exercise, diet, / weight loss, and finances. Okay. And in talking to people, I find that in my circle, probably exercise is the most popular one. People want to get in better shape. You know, in Chicago, the Chicagoland area, it's cold. So, you know, people want to get that summer body, so to speak. And then here, the next thing I have written down, and this is all on Google, you can verify for yourself. It says success rates are low with about 80% failing. 80%, according to Google, of the people who say they're going to do something, they're going to make a change, they're going to change the way they eat, they're going to change the way they sleep, they're going to change the way they accumulate money or how they save money. 80% fail. And it says only about 9% of the people keep the resolutions all year round. 9% of the people keep their resolutions all year round. 9% of the people, according to Google, make these habits a year-round thing. They don't stop going to the gym come May. They make it a lifestyle, right? Or at least that year, at least that year, they go from January to January and continue with what they're doing. Continue with what they set out to do January 1st. It says right here, 23% quit in the first week. Guys, almost a fourth of people quit in the first week. They're all excited and they're ready to go. They're ready to start this new diet. They're ready to save. And they quit. 23%. That's almost a quarter of the people. 1 out of 4 almost quit. Okay? And 40% by the end of January. So 40% of the people don't last a month with their New Year's resolutions. 40%, almost half now, don't last a month. And I firmly believe that when you're endeavoring to do something that you've never done before or something different, the first few weeks are going to be the hardest. For example, if you start working out and you haven't worked out all year and you start January 1st, the first 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks, you're going to feel worse than better. You're going to be tired. Your body's going to be super sore if you're doing weight training and you haven't picked up a weight because your body's not used to it. And that bed's going to feel so much better. If you're a morning workout person, you're going to wake up. You're not going to want to work out. If you're working out in the evening after work, you're going to be like, man, I'm tired. I felt good on Monday, but on Tuesday, I'm too tired to do this. The excuses are going to start to form in your head. And guys, I'm not speaking as someone above you because I have done this myself. I have set out to say I'm going to do something, and I haven't done it. For example, I was studying Spanish for a long time. and I almost made it a year. I almost made it a year. So I almost made it out of that 40% statistic. Or excuse me, not 40%, because that's a month. So I made it out of that 40% statistic, and I was feeling good. And then the excuse in my life was I got cut from a professional football team. You know, I went to training camp and I got cut. So that was my excuse for why I stopped Spanish. So I'm not above you guys, trust me. Wish I was, but I'm not, because I fall short in many things I endeavor to do. Here I have written down, many resolutions, around 80%, are confident that they will succeed, but results show otherwise. So guys, when we go into something, typically as human beings, we don't go into something thinking, well, I can't do it. Most people go into something thinking, yeah, I can do it. Maybe they underestimate it. Maybe they don't count the cost. Or maybe they think that something should happen sooner. Oh man, I've been working out for a week. Why am I not seeing results? Okay, that's just not realistic. You know, when I was studying Spanish, was I fluent in a week, or even know a lot in a week? Absolutely not. I was horrible. A month in, I was horrible. 2 months in, I was horrible. 3 months, I was starting to get a little better. You know, so this stuff takes time, guys. This stuff, and most of the stuff takes time. It takes time to save money sometimes, right? It takes time to see the results in working out. It takes time to learn a new skill. It's consistency and not quitting. That's the most important part. And right here it says, the age group 18 to 29-year-olds are the most likely group to set resolutions. So we're looking at college age to 29-year-olds. College, you're just graduating high school, most people, college age. And that's the most people who make these resolutions, which I find interesting, because I believe that you should always, in every facet of your life, you should strive to be better, to better yourself, to better others. So I was like, wow, you know, according to these statistics, most 30-year-olds just say, you know what, I'm getting too old, I quit. Most younger people, you know, aren't, you know, setting these resolution goals. So it's kind of surprising for me. And then Google also had a why they fail. So why they fail, number 1, lack of willpower. Number 2, laziness. Number 3, forgetting. And that number 3 really stuck out to me, because I feel like I have pretty strong willpower. Not the best, but pretty strong willpower. I'm not too lazy when I set my mind to something. I go pretty hard at it. But sometimes, guys, I just forget. And I think a lot of men could relate to that. Not saying that women don't forget too, but so with forgetting, maybe you just have to write it down every day. Put it in your phone, you know, every single day, so you don't forget. And then another subsection said, and goals are often vague or overwhelming. And the vague thing intrigues me, because it's like, I want to lose weight. Okay, well, how much weight do you want to lose? I want to get stronger. Okay, well, how strong do you want to be? I want to drive a better car. Well, what kind of car do you want to drive? I want to save a lot of money. Well, how much is a lot of money to you? So I believe that being vague can let you off the hook, because you can get comfortable in a situation. So let's be more exact with this. I want to save $50,000 this year. Okay? I'm just throwing a number out, guys. I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to, by the end of the year, be conversational in a new language. To a point where I can maybe travel to a country and speak with people. So let's be more precise. And then the fact that it's overwhelming. We set these overwhelming goals where when we set something too overwhelming, we get discouraged. And we understand that it's easier to just quit. In our minds, it's easier. But I believe in the long run, it's harder. Because you beat yourself up over it. So I was in error, okay? New Year's resolutions are a good thing. And I want you to be a part of that. We got 9% of people that achieve your New Year's resolution. And if it's something like eating better, working out, reading more, writing more, getting closer to God, once that becomes a lifestyle and the wheels are turning, see how much progress you make when you get that momentum going. Because when you start, oftentimes that's when it's the hardest. That first week where you're completely overwhelmed and you're tired, don't go based off of how you feel, okay? Have it in the back of your mind that goal that I'm gonna make it this year, okay? If I'm 40 years old and I've made a New Year's resolution every year and I'm 0 for 40, or you're probably not making resolutions when you're a kid, but let's say you start at 20 and you turn at 40 and you have 20 years of doing this and you're 0 for 20. Make this year the year you do it. Make this year the year you do it. And another thing that's gonna help you, talk to a family member, someone trusted, a friend. Maybe you both want to lose weight. So you hold each other accountable. And you're laying in bed and you're like, I want to take today off. And your friend's the one that's like, nope, we made a commitment. We're workout buddies now. We're staying to it, you know? Because sometimes it's easier with other people. You know, create a small group and watch how much you grow over this next year when you make this change. So I believe that New Year's resolutions have the potential to be a very good thing. But you have to be honest with yourself. If you're 0 for 20 on New Year's resolutions, you're 0 for 20. That's the fact. If you're just going to talk and say New Year, new me, and not do anything about it, you're lying to yourself. You know, actions will always speak louder than words. So instead of this year being another year where you fail, where you're not a part of that 9% that succeeds all year, strive to be in that 9%. Write it down. Have a buddy that holds you accountable. But I want this year to be the year that you guys succeed with your New Year's resolutions, change your life for the better, and continue to strive for better. Not for just yourself, but your loved ones as well. Keep that in the back of your mind. You're not just doing this for personal gain, for personal satisfaction. You're going to get that too. That's what comes with the territory. But do this for someone you love. Do this because you have gifts that other people want to see. Do this to be an inspiration for others. With that being said, guys, God bless. And I pray that your 2026 is head and shoulders better than your 2025 was, and that you complete your New Year's resolutions and you make it a lifestyle.